Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Full of personality. Switching up the storyline on God, we making history.
Writing books, changing lives, one day at a time. Put your problems to the side. Enjoy yourself. Free your mind.
Kicking it with KeKe.
What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe, life, love, and all that other shit. I am your host, KeKe Chanel, award-winning author, lifestyle blogger, certified life coach, and all that other stuff. Listen, I started my podcast as a way to promote personal development. And today I am joined with Mikki, and she is going to tell y'all who she is and what she do. I always like to give my guests the opportunity to introduce themselves. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to you. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on, KeKe.
Absolutely.
So my name is Mikki. I am a mom of 3. I'm a wife. I have my own clothing line as well as 2 different YouTube channels that I run. I still work my 9 to 5 and I am just making it and living life every day.
Absolutely. Love, love, love. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming to kick it with me. You're most welcome. We gonna get on into the conversation of today. Before I get started with our topic and all of that good stuff of telling the people like more in detail of what you do. Since this is a personal development podcast and as a certified life coach that specializes in personal growth and mindset, I always have to ask this question in this season. What does personal development mean to you?
Oh man, like that honestly has so many different components in it. That could be, your self-health side of that, making sure you are in tune with yourself. And in doing that, that's how you're going to be in tune and kind of with everything else you have going on. I always feel like if you're in tune with yourself and things like that, then other people can really get to see who you are and in turn treat you how you deserve and want to be treated.
Absolutely.
So.
I love that. I tell everybody, you set the stage. The way that you view yourself and see yourself and love yourself is the catalyst of how other people would do the same. You teach people how to love you by the way that you love yourself.
Yes.
And that starts with having personal development, mind, body, and spirit, because personal development is not hard. It's just you have to set like healthy habits and have healthy boundaries when it comes to that. Don't compromise when it comes to your personal development. And that can be reading a book every day. That could be making sure you wash your hands after you come out of the bathroom. Like some people don't do that. So that's a form of personal development for me. It can be, I'm not going to drink this Coke today. I'm going to drink more water. I'm making sure that I'm flushing out toxins. Like personal development, it starts small and then it gradually gets to the bigger things like mindset, empowerment, intention, and things like that. And so with my podcast, I like to have individuals like yourself who has stepped out and took that leap to start their own business and grow themselves. So how has personal development helped you when it comes to starting your business?
Oh man, like once I understood myself, understood how I wanted the world to kind of see me, it helped me come with my brand. Now that I know who I am, okay, what do I want my brand to show?
Right.
How much of me do I want in my brand to reflect out? What parts of me can I give to others through my brand or through like my YouTube that I'm doing, But I really feel like you can't give someone or make someone want to join you or buy from you or watch you if you don't have an understanding of who you are. Because what are they watching? What are they trying to connect with?
Absolutely. Like for real. Like if you don't know who you are, then the people not going to know who you are. They're going to be confused. Like I tell everybody all the time. And that's one of the reasons why I like to have the YouTube and the audio part for the podcast, because it's more the YouTube side for the people who just listening in. Go on, subscribe to that YouTube channel so you can see the behind the scenes. You get to see the face behind the voice.
Yes.
So people tend to are visual. People are visual, so they want to see who's actually speaking. I like listening to the audio part first before I actually see the visual side, because it just broadens the scope when it comes to making sure that you're tapped in fully to the voice that you're hearing. So yeah, I love how you use your personal development to develop your brand. So let's get into the brand. We're talking about branding today. We're going to talk about branding with Mikki, and she's about to tell us what inspired her to start your brand. What inspired you to start your clothing line, your brand?
So my brand is called Kingdom Brand Clothing. And I really feel like in that name, it was me and my husband kind of sat down, and it started all from a conversation with our daughters. We have 3 daughters. And a lot of the representation you see as far as clothing for small kids and everything like that is not in a direct relationship of who they are and how they look and representative of them. So they kind of had these ideas that individuals who look like them, you know, were not beautiful. It was only one side. So instead of trying to just give them all these words like, no, you're this, no, you're that, you are beautiful, love this about you, love your natural hair, it was, okay, let's go a step above. Let's give them that clothing line for them, by them, show them, you're going to be the face of this line. You're going to get out here and show other kids like you how this can go.
Yes.
You know? And so that was initially how the line started.
Oh, wow. I love that, because society has brainwashed a lot of our youth, because they believe that what they see on social media and on television is what should be. And that's not the case. It's all a persona. It's all a facade to get you to tap into that type of energy. And I'm so glad you and your husband sat down with your daughters and decided to create this brand, Kingdom Brand Clothing. Like, how did y'all come up with the name though? I love the name. Love the name. How did that come about?
Honestly, it just kind of happened. It was me and my husband, when we got married, our thing was a royal wedding. And we just felt like, even though we're from the South side of Chicago, we always kind of felt like we held ourselves king and queen. That's kind of how we carried ourselves. That's how we want to be addressed. So with our daughters, we're building our kingdom. This is how we want to be viewed. This is how we're setting the tone for our future generations. So that is our kingdom.
I love that. What colors did y'all use? Did y'all have some purple in there?
It is. Our colors are purple, gold, and black.
Yes, like when I think about royalty, like I think purple automatically. That's my favorite color. Purple and green are my favorite colors. Or, you know, like abundance and prosperity and, you know, royalty, having that mindset of abundance. Like you have to want more in order to do more. And I love that concept. Thank you for explaining that name to me, because I thought I kind of knew what it was, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna let her break it down. But I'm glad that I know the reason behind the name. So what kind of clothing do you have? Like, do you just have kids? Is it for adults? What do you offer at Kingdom Brand Clothing?
So right now we have sizes newborn all the way up to 3X. We have the 4 and 5 upon request. We have t-shirts, joggers, leggings, we have hats, basketball shorts, like dress shorts you can kind of dress up. So we do have a wide variety that we offer. We're going to be introducing a lot more of the kids products into our daily things that we're going to be having. We're going to be introducing some like sandals and everything like that. So we have a lot of stuff that we're working on. But now we do have that. And in addition to clothing, I have kind of tapped into other areas. So I also do like custom rolling trays, ashtrays, dominoes, chess sets.
Okay.
So I'm kind of over there. I really kind of fell in love with the crafting. And that was on that like self journey I was on, like getting back to what makes me happy. And when I'm in my zone and I'm working on crafts for our company, or I'm working on different clothing designs and things like that, that really makes me happy. So it's fun for me as well as business.
And see, listen, I'm so glad that you said that, because when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life, and you are happy, you feel fulfilled. So on your journey to getting back to your happy, like, how did that start? How did you know that you wanted more for your life when it came to creating your brand? Like, how did you know that you wasn't happy?
Because I got to a point where it was literally, I was wife, mom, and I went to work. That was it. Like, I wasn't, kind of going out with my girlfriends. I wasn't really doing things that I liked to do. It was just those three. I was a mom, I was a wife, and I went to work. That was it.
Right.
So in introducing the brand, I was like, okay, this is kind of fun for me. I'm liking this. It's very freeing for me having that creative ability to actually, it's okay if I'm mixing this with that and it don't normally go together. It works, and doing that, it just gave me so much more life. And I was like, no, I like this. And I was like, I used to sing and write poetry and all that when I was younger, and I kind of lost it. But when I started my YouTube, now it's way me. So I show my girls from time to time. I show my husband from time to time. But for the most part, what you get is me. And that really helped me.
I love that. And you have to have that individual side. You cannot lose yourself by being a wife, by being a mother, by being a business owner. And it's not selfish. A lot of people think that because I'm taking time for self, that I'm being selfish. No, it's not. It's needed. Because when you're not operating as your best self, that the whole dynamics of the family will feel that. So you won't be a good wife. You won't be as good of a mother that you would like. The business can go overlooked, or you might miss steps and you cause burnout and stuff like that. So to anyone who's listening right now, what would you tell them when they feel like taking time for them is selfish?
Honestly, it took me a while to realize that no, I can take time for me. I make time for everyone else.
Right.
I really just feel like, even if you feel like it's selfish, start small. Start small. Those simple, I'm going in the bathroom, don't bother me. I may not even be using the bathroom, but don't bother me. I'm in there.
Right.
Started very small. I gave myself 2 songs. I picked 2 songs that I liked. No one bothers me. I'm going to listen to these 2 songs with no interruption. That was less than 10 minutes, but that's how I started.
Wow.
And it went from that to now, I have about an hour and a half block of time I give myself at least 3 to 4 times a week. And I may watch a movie in that time. I may read a book. I may just sit and do nothing but stare at the ceiling, but it's my time.
Taking that time for you is important.
It is.
It is very important. It's very rewarding. It brings about appreciation for the things that we overlook in life, especially the small things, because let's just face it, these last couple of years, baby, been hard. These last couple of years been hard. And I see that I don't know if it's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel anytime soon, but we're not where we once were. So we have to bask in that and be, optimistic. Let me use that word. We have to stay optimistic, because if we don't, we can get sucked into that bad energy.
Yeah.
And being sucked into the bad energy, it casts a dark cloud over your life. And a lot of people don't realize that the things that you, like you said, the things that you absorb and the things that you pour into yourself, they matter. Like I used to watch the news all the time. I stopped doing that because it became depressing. And so on my happy days, that was like, I enjoyed watching the news because my aunts, we grew up watching the news, so that it reminds me of them. Like when I spend time with them, it reminds me of them. And now I had to tell my nanny, I said, man, I don't watch the news no more because, man, it's depression as hell and I just can't do it. So, go ahead.
No, No, I was gonna say kind of like you said, you kind of how you grow up. And one thing is when you realize, okay, you've become a mom now, you're a wife now, or you just work and you're pouring yourself into your business, it's so hard or so easy, I should say, to lose who you are because you're doing so many other things. But if you think that taking time for you is selfish, the one thing I can really try to get you to understand is just think how much you do in a day. If you were not here because you didn't give yourself those moments, who was going to do all of that that you normally do in a day?
Wow. I mean, that's something to think about. And I had a friend of mine, and we were talking like months ago, and she said that she started therapy, and her therapist asked her a question one day. If you ask your mate to do all of the things that you taking on, like to do at least one or two things on your list, would it get done? And she said she had to be honest with herself and say, yes, but I don't ask for the help.
And that was my thing.
Yeah, like, so we have to learn to stop subjecting ourselves with everybody else's stuff that they didn't ask us to do. And stop being enablers in a sense. Like, okay, I'm not gonna wash the dishes today. You got it. I cooked, but y'all got these dishes. Cause y'all won't eat again until the dishes.
I was so like that. I was so like that. I was the mom, so I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna get the kitchen clean. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get the girls in the bed. I'm gonna do this, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I ain't sat down 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, so, like you said, it's realizing that and then asking for that help, but not feeling bad about it. Yeah.
Because people are not mind readers. Like if you're, I mean, I'm married, and if I don't tell my husband that, look, if I cook and y'all don't clean the kitchen up, y'all won't eat again until this kitchen is clean up. Like, but I have to tell them that in order for them to know that it bothers me. And we can't read minds. I don't think I would ever want that gift to be able to read people's minds. I wouldn't want that gift. So
I got one on in mind.
Really, like my mind don't turn off, so I can't be taking on everybody else's. So when I find myself getting into that headspace of I need to do everything if I want it done right, I have to go back to that and say, you know what? If you could read everybody's mind and they could read your mind, would y'all even be able to stay in the same house, in the same room, be in the same space? No. So it's all about, that communication and having that not being so scared to just talk about your feelings and talk about the things that you want and desire, and not losing yourself in the process, because we can, as nurturers and having that strong Black woman facade, we could get washed up real quick into that. Yeah, we can get washed into that. So Kingdom brand clothing, like, tell everybody how they can get some.
Well, you can go to kingdombrandclothing.com. That is our website. We also have, like, if you sign up for the newsletter, we don't, just throw all those emails at you. You're not going to get overwhelmed, but we do have certain specials, or maybe a certain sale that we, give out and that you can get advance notice about.
Okay.
But if you just kind of want to see some things we may have going on, because I also do pop-up shops and things, you can look at us on Kingdom Brand Clothing LLC on Instagram, or Kingdom Brand Clothing on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also Kingdom Brand Clothing on Twitter as well.
So Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as the website. So you listen, y'all heard it first. Y'all don't have no excuse not to go and check out the brand and get you some merch. She does a lot of stuff. Well, they do a lot of things, because it's just not her. It's a family. It's a family affair. So we need to make sure that we're supportive. We're pouring into, their business, because not everybody taps into their next level when it comes to operating in their purpose. So I don't know if it's fear, because I was once afraid. I didn't like speaking in public, but I was always thrown in the public. So I shrink myself because I didn't want to be called out.
Right.
And I didn't believe in myself, but I'm glad that I had those adults that said, no, you're going to do it because we see something in you.
Yes.
I did not like that at all, but I'm so thankful for them. I am, because I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. I wouldn't have a podcast. I would be just writing and being behind the scenes. Hey, I'm going to write the script and somebody else do it. And now I'm doing it myself.
Okay.
I'm doing it all. So we have
Yeah.
to know, that we're here for a reason. Our gifts are relevant. They will make room for us, and we should not be ashamed of the things that God placed on the inside of us to share with other people.
That is so true.
Yeah, we have to start tapping into that a little bit more, because as I said, society will have you thinking that you don't matter, you don't mean anything, you're not good enough, and all this other stuff. And that is not true. That is not the case at all. All right, so she told us how to purchase everything. So you told us about Kingdom. Like, I guess that's the same, like when it comes to where to connect on social media, it's all the same. And I'll put it in the description box, Kingdom Brand Clothing LLC on Facebook as well as Instagram. And then kingdombrandclothing.com is the website. You guys heard it right here, but I also put it in the description box so you don't have no excuse whatsoever. Okay, so this YouTube channel. Tell us about the new baby, the YouTube channel.
So I started out, we did YouTube with my husband, and that channel is Harrison House 18. But we kind of had some life going on, so we kind of fell back for the past couple months. But I am super happy to announce that we have been recording. So those videos on Harrison House 18 will come back. And on that channel, it's really just like me and him. We talk about relationship goals and how we've sustained so long. We've been together 16 years, married for 10. We were in a poly relationship at one time. So it's kind of a little bit of everything going on there. So we have that on there. We'll be doing some traveling soon. So those videos will be there as well. But my baby, Mikki's Den, I started that channel because the other channel, so many people were just, oh, you're the wife, you're the quiet one. And, and I was like, no, I'm not that quiet. I'm not as quiet as people think.
Yeah.
So on Mikki's Den, on Sundays, we do like self-care tip Sundays, which I think is really important because it was a real big journey for me to come from where I started. I was very, very insecure about my weight, the way I looked. I had to go through a lot of life and learning. And my self-care Sundays are to kind of give back and give someone else that step that they may need. Okay. On Wednesdays, I do interviews with women in business, women of color in business. And I kind of sit down with a different woman and we kind of talk about how they started their business, what happened, the growing pains in business, any tips that they learned that they can share. It's all about collaboration over competition. There's enough money out here. Everyone can eat. We don't have to, hate on the next person. So, but we do that. That's every Wednesday. I give business tips as far as what to put on your business card and where to leave your business card and vendor information. I talk about a lot of different stuff, how to schedule posts and everything like that. So I have some vlogs on there. It's parenting tips. It's my life. And I have a lot of it that I'm living right now. And I know someone can relate. So that's why I do that channel. And I have so much fun doing it.
I bet, girl. Oh, look, I want to be on there. Can I come and be a guest on there? Yeah. Just looking at you like talk about it and your face just lit up. I know that it's your baby. I know that you enjoy it. And we have to all have something or find something that we enjoy that brings us joy and something that we can have for ourselves, because when you can find joy within yourself and that happiness and that peace, you don't depend on anybody else for that. So if in the event that they don't work out in your life, or something may happen or whatever, where you're not in contact with them or you're not in each other's lives anymore, you're not broken to the sense where you just find like you can't go on with them. Because I know you've heard people or seen people like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it without this person. You will be just fine.
Yes, you have
just
to
fine
outside of it.
Right. You have to have something for yourself. And I tell couples all the time, it's okay to have someone that you want to spend time with and do things with. But at the end of the day, can you find happiness for yourself? Because putting that in the hands of somebody else is so unfair to that person.
It is. It's very unfair. And how will they know what makes you happy if you're not happy enough to understand what makes you happy? Like
it can't,
so
it
much that
cannot.
goes into that.
That doesn't work. Look,
So,
I was telling my sister, I said 2 + 2 can equal 4, 22. It all depends on the individual, how they gonna see it.
okay.
So you got to figure out if you that 22 person or you that 4 person. I think I'm a 22 though, because I don't see the glass half empty or half full. It's always full to me, even though you can't see the air, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about that mindset, having that growth mindset, that abundant mindset, that positive mindset. And I speak about mindset a lot because I have a mindset course that's coming out, and I break down the different ones, and I talk about the 7 principles and 8 principles when it comes to different aspects when it in the mindset, because whether we want to believe it or not, our mindset determines our reality.
Yes, it does.
Change your mind, change your life. It's just that simple. And I'm a firm believer that if you are worried about the things that you have no control over, you're going to always stay stuck. Stop worrying about that stuff.
Yes.
And worry about the things that you can control. And fix that. Work on that. If it's you, it's you. Yeah. And sometimes it's not everybody else, it's you. And when we realize that, hey, you know what, it's me, then our intention gets better. We become more mindful. We are present in every moment. We just shine different. We glow different. We flock to like-minded individuals, because my prayer for 2022 was, God, send the people that you want connected to me for my platform. And when I tell y'all been showing up, okay, y'all been showing up. And I'm so excited about the journey. I'm so excited that, you reached out to be, come and kick it with me and be on the platform. I'm glad. I'm proud of you. We don't know each other. We just met face to face the first time, but I'm proud of you for allowing yourself to start that business, for allowing yourself to get back to that happy, for allowing yourself to start that YouTube channel away from your husband, to have that individuality and do the things that you want to do on that particular channel. Yeah, it's fine. The Harris house, we gonna have fun over here. But in Mikki's den, baby, it's on a whole nother level. So y'all better tap in. Y'all make sure that y'all follow her and subscribe to the channel so y'all can tune in for Self-Care Sundays. And then on Wednesday, she does the spotlight with business women of color. You make sure I'm pretty sure that she has some amazing women on there. And by joining into different communities virtually, you meet some amazing people.
Oh man, I really have. I really made a lot of good connections, and not only like just by doing the interviews, but some of these women I've met, like we've done a lot of things together, like virtual pop-ups, and we've linked together and had like brunches, and you really, really start to, like you said, develop that circle of like-minded people. My conversation now is like so much different than it was like 2-3 years ago.
Yes.
And I sometimes get shocked at myself because of the growth, So, and real quick, one question I kind of get all the time is, my business for my clothing line, the logo is a lion. Well, for Mikki's den, the logo is a wolf. And so the lion is the royal. It's my family. It's all of us together building our kingdom. But my first tattoo was a wolf. I feel like my spirit animal is a wolf. And me and my mom, we had a distant relationship, but now we're so close. Her spirit animal is a wolf. So if I'm going to talk about me and my growth and my personal journey, I thought that the wolf was very fitting for me.
Okay, so why would you say the wolf though? So like, give me a little bit more detail on that, because my spirit animal, I believe, is a dolphin. I believe that it's a dolphin, and that's because they mate for life. They're very loving. They don't flock to a whole lot of people. Like we're friendly, but don't come for us because we'll give it to you. So. So I believe that my spirit animal is a dolphin for those particular reasons. And I'm very loving, and I love to bring people joy, and dolphins do that for me. So I try to be a representation everywhere I go, so I can leave my mark on someone in a positive way. So why do you say the wolf? I know all about the
I,
lion. I know all about that, but I've never researched the wolf.
I feel like a lot of people feel like when they kind of look at me, when I'm calm and serene, I'm very just peaceful. I'm very kind of go with the flow. And, my husband is the leader and I'm just kind of in the shadows. But it's like, no, I really have a dominant personality. I'm very protective of those I feel like are in my circle, in my pack. And I'm not afraid to put myself in the front to make sure they're okay.
You
So
see
that's just
that goosebumps just came up on me, girl.
so
I can see
I
that.
just so I run with it, and that it just gives me so much peace. Even when I just look at it, I'm like, yeah, that's my baby. Like
Oh, I love that, Mikki. I love that, man. You gave me goosebumps, especially when you said the pack. I'm not afraid to put myself in front of them to protect them in the front yeah, that's a wolf for real. That's that wolf mentality, that wolf spirit. And the fact that you say that your mom's spirit animal is a wolf as well, man. Wow.
yeah.
I need to find out what my mama's spirit animal is, because yeah, she's an Aries and she's feisty, but in her older, as she's getting older, she's becoming more sensitive. So I might have to research some stuff and see what comes up with her. But thank you for explaining that. I see that now. Now that you broke it down, I can see that all over you. I can. Wow, y'all been listening to me talk to Mikki, and she has really opened up and shared her journey, and talked about the clothing line, her YouTube channel, and things like that. Y'all make sure that y'all connect with her on social media. Go ahead and give those handles again so they can know where to find you and how to support the clothing line as well as your YouTube channel.
So YouTube channels are Harrison House 18. And the other one is Mikki's Den, and Mikki is Mikki Den. I have Mikki's Den on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. My clothing line is Kingdom Brand Clothing. You can find it at kingdombrandclothing.com. You can look it up, Kingdom Brand Clothing on Facebook, Kingdom Brand Clothing LLC on Instagram and Twitter. Absolutely. If you follow me on TikTok, all my handles are there. I do a little bit of promoting for my YouTubes, myself, and my clothing line on there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow you on TikTok. I'm new to TikTok. Listen, and I haven't posted anything on there yet. I'm just figuring out reels on IG because it's just a lot. It's a lot. You gotta do too much. But I'm figuring it out. I've been posting. Like I think I'm gonna master it before the year is over. I'm setting a goal for myself to be able to master these reels before the new year.
Cause it's all about learning and, like you said, opening yourself up to it. Cause I'm sitting there like, hey, I got Facebook and Instagram down, and they throw TikTok, and I was like, wait a minute.
Right. Look, I'm gonna go on over to Clubhouse, and y'all just have to listen to me. I ain't gotta do nothing extra. Okay. Y'all just talk, and I'm gonna talk and y'all listen. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Kicking It with KeKe to Clubhouse next. That's gonna be my next venture, because I'm on there and I listen to everybody else, but I hadn't started any rooms or anything like that on Clubhouse. And now that it's open for all phone users and not just the iPhone, you don't need an invitation to get on there now. So yeah.
Okay.
So on a personal note, what would your now self tell to little Mikki about today's some of the things that we talked about today, whether it's personal development, growth, being happy, taking baby steps, don't lose who you are, some of the things that we talked about? What would your now self tell your younger self?
Honestly, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the comments people may make about you, because all they're doing is projecting some of their insecurity on you. So don't pay attention to it. Don't fall into the trap of it. And speak up a lot sooner than I did. Wow. I think just those two things alone, if I had of did that when I was younger, it wouldn't have took me into my early 30s to learn these things. And I would have been able to instill those things into my daughters from birth instead of the ages they are now. So I would have
Right.
given a jump start.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Don't be afraid and speak up. I think I would probably tell my younger self that too.
Mhm.
And don't do everything because somebody else is doing it. I would tell
See, I
myself
didn't do
that.
that anyway. I was the nerd in school, so I didn't, I
I
didn't
was a
get a chance
nerd
to do
too, but I still I did. I was a nerd too. And I got talked about it a little bit, but I was also one of the popular kids. And I had a lot of stuff that I did because everybody else was doing it.
Mhm.
And not that I was bad or I did a whole lot of crazy stuff. It was just some particular stuff that I could have just not did. So
Yeah.
that's probably what I would tell my younger self. Little KeKe, look, just because they doing it don't mean you have to do it, and you gonna be fine. They gonna be fine too.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, like you don't have a choice. And we gonna be good. Just because you don't do it, we still gonna be good, like for real. But yeah, I love that. I love to ask on a personal note because it gives me a different perspective of how you are now versus how you were then. I've had some amazing answers. I've had a guy said I wouldn't tell my younger self anything because I wouldn't be me if I did. And I said,
Mhm.
okay, I get it.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. That is true. So before we get off, is there something else you would like to tell listeners? Maybe someone who's listening that feels like, they want to start that business but afraid. What would you tell someone who's listening that know that they're walking in their purpose and it's time to go to the next level by leveling up with a business? What would you tell them?
Honestly, I would say go for it. If it's a financial thing that's kind of stopping you, just check out some other people who have started small businesses. There's lots of things out there you can do to get a business started when you have really no money or little money to get started.
Mhm.
There's so many different options. You don't just have to start out with a boatload of money, because honestly, who really can start out with a boatload of money, you know? And really, like I said, just go for it.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think at the end of the day, if you start and you really give it your all, you're going to be any worse of a situation than you are currently. Just go for it. And
Right.
once you really put you into it, stand on your morals of what you want it to be and how you want it to go, you'll be fine.
Absolutely. You guys heard it right here from Mikki. She's spitting them gems. So y'all make sure that y'all are paying attention. If you missed what she just said, because you feeling around in your car or you messing around and not paying attention, rewind this and listen to it again. That's what you need to do, because she just spit some amazing tips, some amazing advice, and I agree with her. With that being said, you guys, I am back every Thursday. Make sure you continue to check in. Make sure you continue to tell people about the podcast, share it, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. So that being said, Mikki, thank you so much for coming to kick it with me today. I have had a fun time with you today. I am so appreciative that you decided to come and kick it with a little girl from Greensburg, Louisiana, with big dreams, just trying to make them all come true, girl. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Yes. But you guys have been listening to Kicking It with KeKe, life, love, and all that other shit. Until next time, make sure you remember that the bumps in the road slows you down so that you can enjoy the journey. Stop rushing, take your time, be intentional, and speak life over yourself as well as others, and everything else will fall into place. That being said, love and light.